Hey, E1, can you hear me? Let me just dial in the EQ so it sounds a little better. How's that? Good? Okay, listen up. I know you're still onboarding here at Nightjar, but this time you can't just sit back and watch, okay? I gotta give you a job to do. Boss says we gotta make the perfect lone wolf character for our new game, and you have to take the reins so you can get up to speed faster. Something about throwing you in the deep end to see if you swim, I don't know. Hey, don't look at me, okay? Not my call. I'm off-site, so pretend I'm not here, because I'm not, but whatever, just go on. All of your ingredients for a great lone wolf are right there. All you have to do is just mix them up, put them in the machine. Guardedness. Smart, very smart. Yeah, they want to be alone. Oh, a healthy helping of confidence, yeah. All the best have that. Competence, yeah, of course. Without competence, we could never have... You're doing great. Just a couple more ingredients and we'll... Oh my god, what have you done? You've added in something else, something wrong, and now it's... Sam Bridges! Okay. Hey, quit smiling. Do you even understand how bad this is? Yeah, Sam Bridges might seem like a good lone wolf character on the outside, but you don't get it. Let me explain why we're screwed, and after I do, you're gonna call the boss and beg for our jobs. Okay. Let's start with the original task at hand. Make a great lone wolf character. Now to do that, we need certain ingredients. First and most importantly, the lone wolf is guarded. They must want to be alone. Some characters are isolated by their situation. That's not a lone wolf. This character seeks out the isolation.
I look at people and I see nothing worth liking.
Why? They might think they'll only burden or endanger others. Maybe they don't want any responsibilities. Maybe they don't trust people because of a traumatic event in their past. Or they're so powerful that a partner would just slow them down. The important thing is that they have a reason, and the reason is logical, even if their logic is flawed. And I hear you. Sam Bridges has that reason. He's got the traumatic past, he has a phobia of touch, it all checks out. The next ingredient is competence, because what's the point of being on your own if you're no good at it? Lone wolves always have exceptional abilities. They have to. Humans are communal, and to cast off that support, they have to be able to thrive on their own. Here's where authors get hung up, though. How did the character learn to survive on their own? A pack of gorillas? A hard, scrappy upbringing? A supernatural event? Again, gotta be logical, even if it's fantastical. So back to Sam. He's strong, got cardio for days, and some supernatural abilities that make him resilient. Sure, that tracks. He's competent. Then we need confidence. The lone wolf wouldn't have survived alone if they didn't believe in their ability to do so. They made it this far, right? Why should they doubt themselves now? They're daring, maybe a little cocky, but it's because they've been tested and they know what they can do. And Sam Bridges, well, he's got confidence. His nickname is the man who delivers. He gets the job done. And so far, I admit, he's looking like a classic lone wolf. But bear with me, because here's where it gets a little tricky. You added 3 ingredients that make a lone wolf, but to make the character great, you needed one more. And it definitely wasn't that one. Before I explain what it is, let me introduce a few other lone wolf characters. Bond.
James Bond.
These bastards want your head. And I'm seriously considering feeding you to them.
Guarded, capable, and confident.
I know where you keep your gun.
Beatrix Kiddo.
You and I have unfinished business.
Guarded, capable, confident.
I'll be waiting.
Max Rokotansky.
It was hard to know who was more crazy. Me or everyone else.
Guarded, capable, confident.
On the best chance you've got.
Dr. Manhattan.
This world, this real world, to him it's like walking through a mist.
Guarded, capable, and confident. But hold on. Sure, Dr. Manhattan has the big 3, but he sticks out. He's not like the others, and not just because he's essentially a god. No, we don't think of Dr. Manhattan as a lone wolf, even though he carries all the hallmarks of one. You see, he's missing something critical that the other characters have. A rebellious streak.
The most powerful thing in the universe, still just a puppet.
James Bond is constantly bucking his organization to do things his own way. Kiddo goes even further and murders people in her organization. And Max punches an authority figure in the face just to be left alone. Dr. Manhattan, he's a pawn. The US government uses him as a nuclear deterrent, part of their foreign policy. He toes the line. When he does strike out on his own, he's convinced to come back and works in the same capacity as he did before. This is not to say Dr. Manhattan is a bad character by any means. He's brilliant. My point is, he wasn't written as a lone wolf. He's got all the other characteristics, but because he's missing that Rage Against the Machine ingredient, we never think of him that way. His character is instead a commentary on power, higher intelligence, and metaphysics. And that brings us all the way back to Sam Bridges. Sam has all the hallmarks, but like Dr. Manhattan, he's missing a rebellious attitude. He's literally an errand boy. He does what he's told.
Go fuck yourself. I'm not your errand boy. I'm a porter. No way in hell am I hauling myself all the way back there.
You will need to haul yourself all the way back here.
No, I'm through with this. But I'll do what I have to.
Sure, he fusses about it, but so would the baby strapped to his chest. It's nothing special. He's written as a lone wolf, talking about how he has no connections to anyone, but there's a problem. He never does things his own way. There's nothing great about him because in the end, he's just like all the rest of us. He's a pushover. By the time he chooses his own path, he's already acted like the perfect pawn, and the game is over. Let me put it this way. Why do you think the boss wants us to make a lone wolf character in the first place? It's because people like those characters. They represent how we feel at our most frustrated. When I go into work and my boss in the corner office gives me an impossible task, when my representatives don't do what I want, when my family life sucks, when I feel weak and useless, look, there's Logan, just as miserable as I am, but he's crushing it. He's saying what I don't have the courage to, doing what I lack the guts for, and getting everything he wants because they need him. I want to be needed. I want to be capable and confident and never have to be vulnerable. And most of all, I want to stick it to everyone who tells me what to do. But I can't, because I need them. Family, employment, government, I need them. But I can go into fiction and fantasize about turning the tables. It's why James Bond is 60 years old. It's why libertarians exist. And it's why people obsess over being seen as a Sigma male. So you see, making our lone wolf a pushover undermines everything people like about the trope. We can't root for somebody without a spine. Nobody ever claps at a shrug. They clap at this.
You're so full of shit. If you were really so righteous, it'd be you in that thing.
And before you talk about cleverness, it's not the comeback that counts. It's the act of coming back. It's the struggle against authority, this tension we all feel when we have to sacrifice some of our freedoms for safety and security. A good and necessary tension, I'd argue, but a tension nonetheless. The next time you try to make a lone wolf character, give them more than just angst. Give them agency. Even if they're pursuing the same goals, they should reject authority, think outside the box, and find their own solutions. All right, I've berated you enough. We'll try this again tomorrow. For now, just get some rest. I'll be back in the office later, so we'll talk more then. See ya.